Save us, doctor. The pregnant woman in my care has serious complications.
Really? My God. Oh no. She died.
How is she, doctor?
The baby is fine. But we've lost the mother.
What a misfortune.
Pull yourself together so we can tell his family.
This is what your big sister did to us, Sarah. She left us with a brand new baby.
Calm down, Mum. We must be strong in this ordeal. Only God knows why He has allowed this misfortune to befall us.
All right, girl.
How is the baby now?
The baby is still in hospital. You are the only person who can help us, my daughter.
Helping you in what way, Mum?
As you have recently given birth, you could look after your sister's baby by breastfeeding her for a while, until she grows up a bit. Then we can consider giving her to her father if he wants her back.
Mummy? Do you want to kill me? Do you want me to breastfeed 2 babies at once?
You're the only option left if we want this baby to be healthy. As for me, I'm already old, and your sister's husband only has brothers. He doesn't have a sister.
And her brothers aren't married? Why don't they take the baby and give it to one of their wives?
What's even the matter with you, Sarah? How can you refuse custody of your own sister's child? How can you? Do you want us to leave our baby in the hands of strangers or what? Whether you like it or not, you're going to get that child back. And you're going to look after her like your own daughter.
Let me talk it over with my husband first to see if he'll agree.
I'd already called your husband to let him know. And he immediately agreed without the slightest hesitation.
Happy arrival, darling. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Why did you give my mum the okay without even telling me?
What are you talking about, Sarah?
Did you ask me whether or not I'd like my late sister's child back before you gave my mum your consent?
What could be more normal than you taking your dead sister's child? Do you want us to beg you for that?
In any case, I want you all to know that I don't agree. I didn't plan to be in this situation. And I have the right to say no.
Is it all going well in your head? First thing in the morning we'll go and collect the child. And I don't want to hear any more.
Miriam has not had an easy life. As soon as she was born, she lost her mother, leaving a huge gap in her destiny. Her Aunt Sarah, the only relative able to take her in, was opposed to the responsibility from the outset. For her, bringing up her late sister's child was a burden she had neither the strength nor the desire to bear. However, under family pressure, she reluctantly accepts Miriam, without ever offering her the love and tenderness she deserves. So, from an early age, Miriam lived in the shadow of Josiane, Sarah's only and beloved daughter. While Josiane grew up idle and arrogant, Miriam was reduced to the role of domestic servant in her own family. Exploited and scorned, she found refuge in her inner strength and her determination to forge a better future for herself despite the obstacles that stood in her way.
Hello, Mom.
Who's your mum? Who? I told you not to call me that anymore. When you see me, am I old enough for you to call me your mum?
But that's what Josiane always calls you.
Are you Josiane? Do you have the same seats in this house? We talk, you talk.
Excuse me, Aunt Sarah. This will never happen again.
You dare to call me by my name? You're so rude. You dare to call me Sarah? You and I are equals?
Oh. I'm sorry, but I don't know what else to call you.
Call me Sheep.
Okay. Aunt Sheep.
I'm going to strangle you with my own hands, I tell you. You're just a rude and cursed girl.
Don't be angry, Auntie. I'm really sorry.
Are you sorry? Empty words from a fool. I'm going out, but before I get home, finish the cooking and all the cleaning. I don't want my daughter to come home with nothing to eat.
All right, Auntie.
Oh, well, congratulations. So this is what you do at home when we are not around?
And what did I do?
You dare to ask me what you've done? If Mum was at home, would you have the audacity to sit in front of the TV like you do?
At least I'm an informative documentary. I don't hide away to watch adult films and horrors.
Who watch adult films? Who you're talking about?
I don't know. If you feel snot, blow your nose.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you were playing spy with?
So it was you?
But stop provoking me, Miriam. What you're looking for, you'll find if you keep going.
What else are you going to do to me other than lie to your mum about me, so that she comes and hits me or insults me again? For years I've recognized your talents as a chartered liar.
Let's stop what you're doing, I tell you.
What's going on here? Josiane, why do you want to break my living room floor? What kind of way is that to jump?
It's Miriam, Dad. She provokes me and calls me a liar when I've done nothing to her.
Are you sure you haven't done anything? I know my daughter Miriam. She doesn't talk much and doesn't like fighting.
I knew myself that you would put up with it. You don't love me, Daddy, I know it.
I have no preference between you. You are both my daughters, and I know the behavior and whims of each of you.
Happy arrival, Mom.
What's the matter, girl?
It's Daddy and Miriam.
What have they done to you now?
Miriam provokes me and insults me, but Dad always takes her side. He doesn't even hide his preference for her over me.
Really? So they're the ones making you cry like that? Look how you've lost weight at the same time.
Yes, Mom.
Just wipe your face. They'll hear me tonight. Where are you from?
I've just come from the market. I went to stock up for tonight's cooking.
So that was the night you went to the market?
Uncle said to wait for him to bring me in the evening.
I can see why you've had all day to insult your big sister at home.
I didn't insult anyone.
She's lying, Mom. She insulted us all today at home.
Is that so? You dared to insult me too?
No, she's lying to my face.
Stop lying.
What else is going on here? Didn't I tell you never to lay a hand on that girl again? What is this gratuitous malice you have towards her? Have you forgotten that she is also your own daughter whom you raised and breastfed?
Whose daughter? I only have one daughter. My belly has never carried two, and my breasts have never nursed two either.
Hang on a sec, what do you mean by that?
You heard me right.
You mean you never gave Miriam your milk? So you were lying to me when you said you squeezed your milk into a bottle for her?
Whose milk? Was the market out of stock, so I had to give her mine?
My God. You're worse than a witch. Yet your bed is in church, where you spend morning, noon and night. How can you be so cruel?
You should have given her your tits. It's not late yet, you can make up for it.
Now I understand better why she's so stupid at school.
My God, what have I done to deserve this life? What have I done to deserve this life? Why didn't you give me the grace to know this wonderful woman who gave me life and to taste the milk from her breasts? Why didn't you allow her to lose hers by giving me mine? I'm broken and hurt every day I spent with this woman who's supposed to treat me like her own daughter. Even her husband, with whom I'm not related by blood, shows me more love and consideration than she does. Oh God. I wouldn't wish this situation on any child in this world. May your grace locate all women in labor at this time, as well as those carrying a pregnancy. Grant that they may come to term and give birth peacefully and safely. May your love and protection continue to be with all the orphans in the world. I know, Lord, that you watch over me day and night despite the storms of my life, and that you also have a plan for me. Amen.
I'm ready, Mom. I'm off.
All right, my girl. I hope you still have some money on you to get through the month.
No, Mom. There's not enough left.
Have you already spent everything your father gave you for the month?
Yes, almost, Mom. The money Dad gives me isn't enough, but he doesn't want to add to it. He says he can't give me more than Miriam.
Really? It's a good thing I work too. I'm going to supplement your money so that it's double what your dad gives you.
Okay, Mom. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Go quickly. You might be late. I even think the driver is waiting for you.
I'm ready, Auntie. I'm off.
Where are you in a hurry to go?
The driver has already arrived, Auntie.
The driver? What business do you have with him?
Dad said that from now on, the driver will also take Miriam to school. I forgot to tell you, Mom.
Did he? Your father said that? And you too, Miriam, do your feet yoba to get into a car to go to school? Hurry back and get that peasant sack off my back. Have you finished the work I gave you to do this morning?
Yes, Auntie.
Nay. Take off that bag, I say. I have to check that everything is perfect first before you leave. And if there's anything missing, you'll do it before you move out of this house.
Okay, Auntie.
So I'm going to leave?
Yes, go on, girl. Good luck to you.
Your dad told me that from now on there would be two of you. So why wasn't your sister with you?
Who is my sister? She's my cousin.
I see. What stopped her from following us?
She'll walk there as usual.
Oh, she prefers to walk when there's a car at her disposal. It's even weird.
Sorry, are you a driver or an intelligence officer?
Is this the shower she says she washed well? It's not even clean. This girl can't do anything right. What are those cups doing over there? You told me you had it all sorted out here, didn't you?
These are the cups that your daughter and uncle used for their breakfast.
And you can't wash them? Wash them quickly, and then go back and rewash the shower for me so it's cleaner.
All right, Auntie. Good afternoon.
Are you coming to the course now? Miriam. What's the delay? How can you be more than an hour late? I can tolerate a delay of a few hours, but not to this extent.
I'm sorry, sir. I'll try not to do that next time.
Go and sit down.
Thank you.
Oh. Snoring like that in class? Miriam?
Yes, sir.
Come and get your copy. 5 out of 20. Mediocre and lazy student.
How can you stop the girl from going to school with car? Are you paying for it? What kind of way is this?
Which girl are you talking about? Are you talking about my niece? She doesn't need to go to school with car. After all, she's not your niece. I'm the one who decides how I want to educate her.
What an education. Is that witchcraft you call education? I absolutely forbid you from interfering with the welfare of that girl in this house. She's your niece, it's true. But she's my daughter.
Your daughter? You're incapable of satisfying the needs of your own daughter Josiane, but when it comes to making pointless commitments, you know how to do it.
Who can't meet her daughter's needs? Do you finance everything I do in this house? Or did I ask you to take over once?
Don't waste this money by paying extra for Miriam's transport. Instead, increase your daughter Josiane's pocket money. She needs it more.
What? In your dreams? She'll always have the same thing as her sister. There's no way I'm going to give her anything extra.
Can't you see she has more needs? She has to braid her hair and dress nicely because she goes to a public school.
Did the hairdressers chase her away? Let her get a haircut like her sister. I don't know what a pupil does with that rubbish on her head. In fact, next year I'm going to move her to another school. I'll see if she'll still have the opportunity to braid her hair in the state school.
Even though she braids her hair, she gets better marks than someone who is dirty and has a bad haircut.
Put your daughter in the same conditions as Miriam and you'll see her results for yourself. How can you expect your niece to excel at school if you stress her day and night?
She's just stupid. No more, no less.
In these miserable conditions, Miriam is never able to give her best at school. Her marks remain mediocre, despite her relentless efforts. She misses many lessons, and even when she does attend, it's always late. Meanwhile, Josiane is pampered and spoiled by her mother. Doesn't even know how to heat water without burning it, and yet her mother claims that she is more intelligent than Miriam, who has to do everything, including her own daughter's washing. What an injustice. How sad.
I can feel my daughter's presence. Miriam? Is that you?
Yes, Daddy. I came when I heard the news of your health.
You're welcome. Don't worry too much about me, I'll be fine. I know I'll never get my sight back, but I'm praying to God that this degenerative disease doesn't destroy me completely.
Daddy. I'm so sorry. Why is this happening to me?
Oh, are you crying? Don't cry, my daughter. Look at me, I can still move my hands. That's all right. I glorify God for the breath of life I still have. I've never seen your smile, but I know it's beautiful. Keep it, and never lose it because of life's difficulties. Don't forget that you're a great lady. You are the only hope that God still gives me in this life.
Thanks, Dad. My God, what is it, Dad?
Young lady, your father is not well at all. His health is deteriorating more and more every day.
What did the doctor? Save my father.
There are no 3 ways to save your father. What we need is money. And a lot of money. And on a daily basis.
Money? A lot of money? And every day? Hey, my God. You are the provider of everything and you have the solution to everything. How can I find money every day to cover my father's hospital bills? Even if I ask Uncle for help, he won't be able to help me every day. He has his own expenses too. I already know that my aunt won't even agree to let her husband help me. The few members of my father's family that I also know are not in the country and never ask after anyone. What to do, Lord? Daddy God. Lead the way. Please, Daddy God. You know I'm already stuck without you.
Hello, young lady.
Good day to you. How can I help you? I can help you store your parcels.
Thank you very much, young lady. I'm a shopkeeper and I need girls to help me sell in my shops. Something made me want to tell you about it. I don't know if you'll be interested.
Yes, ma'am. I'm very interested.
So you're in luck. You start work on Monday.
Monday?
Is there a problem?
No, madam. It suits me.
Okay, take my card and call me tomorrow so we can make better arrangements.
All right, ma'am.
You went to see your father today, didn't you?
Yes, Uncle.
How will it?
The same old uncle. The doctors even say that his condition is deteriorating day by day.
My goodness. And what do the doctors say?
They're talking about money.
What can I do now that these times are so difficult for me financially?
If not, what were you going to do? Take your money and invest in someone who has no use in this life? A blind man? What good is he?
Who invited you here? The blind man is also someone's father. Besides, what we're saying here doesn't concern you, Sarah. This is a father-daughter discussion. If we finish up and there's a need to talk about it with you, I'll do it.
Discussions between father and daughter? My eye. Leave there and go into the kitchen.
All right, Auntie.
Remain seated, Miriam. Come and lift her.
Don't leave this house today. If you don't, she'll have me to deal with.
Don't even look at her, girl. Talk to me.
Uncle. I'd like to give up school.
And why this sudden decision?
I'd like to do a job to earn money to support my dad.
No. You mustn't sacrifice your future so easily.
But I have no choice, Uncle. Given your current financial situation, and my father's health, I can't just sit back and do nothing. Please understand.
It's not true. We must be able to find another way, other than your plan. Even if you drop out of school now, I still don't know what job you'll be doing.
I've just found a job, Uncle.
Where?
At the big market as a sales girl, and the pay isn't bad. It can cover my dad's daily expenses.
Really?
Yes, Uncle.
But I'm a bit embarrassed to let you make this choice.
What's complicated or embarrassing about that? Besides, she's not doing anything at school. For the first time in her life, she'll be useful for something good.
As a result, Miriam had given up her studies to devote herself to sales and commerce, without even having her baccalaureate. She had started to earn a bit of money, even if most of it went into her father's care. However, she found a certain pride in being useful, and a little peace in Sarah's arms, as she no longer stayed at home so often.
Thank God for this day. The market wasn't bad. I give thanks to God. Today, with my little job, I can only manage to make myself useful to my father. I know that the best is yet to come. Who's that car honking at? No, it can't be me. Who knows me in this town?
I'm honking at you, Miriam.
You even know my name? But who are you?
I'm Roger. The driver who takes your cousin Josie Ann to class every morning.
Well then. So it was you? I've never seen you before. I'm just waiting to hear about you.
Now you've seen me. Hop in, I'll drop you off.
No. I don't have any money to pay the fare.
Who said anything about money? I'm happy to do you this favor. You walk every day under this burning sun. Let me take you today.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You still look exhausted. Are you at least sleeping well?
Yes, to the best of my ability.
It's always your isn't it?
No, don't worry. I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you for your concern. It's only nice.
You deserve someone who cares about you too, Miriam. You're a good person.
Really?
Yes.
Thanks for being nice to me.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Auntie.
Good evening. Are you coming home now?
Yes, Auntie.
Since you started going to the market, you think you're in heaven, don't you? You leave the house when you like and come home when you like, or else.
These are the requirements of my job, Auntie. I'm not allowed to be late, and I'm not allowed to leave before closing time either.
So you have to wake up even earlier to finish your chores before you leave, and in the evening you have to manage to get home early to do the cooking.
I can make an effort to wake up a little earlier than usual, but as far as the time of return is concerned, I won't be able to do otherwise.
So we have to stay hungry and wait for you?
But Auntie, Josie Ann can also take over in the kitchen.
Is my daughter your maid? Do you want her to give up her lessons to come and cook for you?
If it's for me, don't worry. I'll find something to eat before I come home.
Who are you talking to like that? Oh, I'm talking to you. You're ignoring me to leave? Hey, she's really gone, eh? The little job this girl has found is making her grow wings against me. We'll see how far she gets. She doesn't know me very well.
Good evening, Roger.
Hello there. Here you are at the end.
I'm sorry I'm late. This Sunday's service lasted longer than expected.
Don't worry, I understand. Come and sit down.
Why did you invite me here?
I'd just like you to be there with me for a chat. Or are we no longer friends?
Of course. So what do we say?
Anything you want. I have ordered some fruit juice for us. They'll come and deliver them here.
Oh, right. Can I ask you a question, Roger?
Go on, then. Besides, you never asked me any before.
Okay, tell me a little about yourself. You know almost everything about me, but I know almost nothing about you.
I don't have much to tell you. I'm just a poor driver who has to get by every day to survive and feed myself and my family.
Oh, I see. So you're married. Probably with several children.
No, I'm not. I'm a childless bachelor. By the way, I'm referring to my parents when I talk about family.
Okay, I see.
And how many children do you have? It was just a joke to steal a little smile.
I know you do. Thank you for existing.
Thanks to you too.
As the days went by, the relationship between Roger and Miriam grew deeper and deeper. Not only did Roger get into the habit of walking her home every evening, but their days off were also special times spent together, whether in the park or elsewhere. They shared almost everything, exchanging confidences and laughter. For the first time in her life, Miriam felt safe, listened to and truly understood by someone who cared.
Is she back yet?
No, Mum. Did you notice anything about Miriam? Mum.
Is there anything I'm not aware of?
Haven't you noticed that my driver has been dropping Miriam off every evening for a while now?
Really?
Yes. He's probably the one who'll be dropping it off tonight. That's it. That's it. They're the ones who arrived like that.
So she makes enough money as it is? To the point where she can afford to take a taxi every night?
I rather think there's something in between.
Miss Radio International. Get out of my room. I want to get some sleep. You're here snooping into your sister's life, but when you go out and don't come back until the next day, who's watching you? On the contrary, when I try to say something, your mother always defends you. But as soon as it comes to Miriam, everyone gets together like a big council.
But Daddy, take it easy a bit.
I'm telling you to get out. It's late.
Let's go to your room and have a chat, my girl.
Like mother, like daughter.
It's now your comeback?
Yes, Tanti. I also went to visit my father.
Why does my daughter's chauffeur always drop you off? Why do you spend enough time talking to him outside like that?
Isn't he a taxi driver? He's doing his job.
Are you asking me this question?
Please, Auntie, let me pass. I'm exhausted and I really need to rest.
Who are you asking? I'm talking to you. Do you want to come in? Let this be the last time you try to ignore me when I'm talking to you.
I don't fancy your stories at all tonight. I'm tired and I need to rest up for tomorrow. Slowly I'll pass.
Come and push me over.
Of course, Miriam bumped into her Aunt Sarah slightly as she tried to make her way into the bedroom.
My God. Miriam hit me. Help me.
What have you got, Mum?
Miriam hit me. She pushed me to the floor. She made my hip ache.
What have you done to my mum? How dare you push her down?
I did what? Is this the headless story you came to wake me up for?
If you don't, you'll see what I'm going to do to you myself.
I don't even want to answer you. Just dare and you'll see.
What's going on over there?
Miriam laid a hand on Mum and knocked her down. Mum's hip pains have now returned.
Is this true, Miriam? You dare to lay a hand on your aunt?
No, Uncle. They're making up lies against me. I just wanted to get out of the way when they were blocking my way.
So it's true? You dare to push your own aunt?
I didn't really push her, Uncle. I just made my way a little way through.
May this be the first and last time you dare lay a hand on my wife. When did you become so insolent? In the end, your aunt was right to treat you the way she did.
Ooh.
Are you feeling better?
No, it really hurts. A lot of pain.
My God.
It's all because of Miriam. This girl has become something else now.
If she carries on like this, I'm going to throw those effects out myself. I've got to get you to hospital, love.
No, I'll be fine. Just take me to my room and get some rest.
Okay.
Our plan is working well.
You're more than an actress, Mom. You acted like it was real.
I haven't yet lost my youthful talents.
So what's next in your plan?
You, stay calm and observe. There are things I can't tell you for your own safety.
Okay, I trust you, Mom.
But what's going on here?
It's her. Take her on board.
What did I do? What have I done?
Miss, you must come with me to the police immediately.
But I didn't do anything.
You'll have to justify yourself to the police.
Save me, madam. I haven't done anything.
You didn't do anything? So my articles just magically disappeared? Put her in prison.
Is it really true that Miriam stole these items?
When I told you that this girl had changed since she started earning a bit of money, you didn't believe me. Here's where it takes her now.
Miriam has really changed and that surprises me.
I think your taxi driver must also be an accomplice in this affair. I don't understand what's happened to them.
Really?
That's for sure. Maybe they stole to sell. Who could it be?
The police?
Hello, madam.
Hello.
This is Miss Miriam's house, isn't it?
Can this one have a house of its own?
Is this where she lives?
Yes. What is it?
We have a warrant authorizing us to search the entire house.
Whose house do you want to search? Have you lost something?
It's the police, madam. I don't have enough to explain to you. If you refuse to cooperate, it could complicate things for your daughter.
Let them do their job, darling. It's the law.
They can search Miriam's bedroom, but I don't agree with them about the other parts of the house, darling. It's our privacy.
Calm down, darling. Come and sit down and let them do their job.
The police search turned up nothing. No incriminating evidence was found, and to top it all off, the shop's surveillance camera is either faulty or damaged, making Miriam's innocence even harder to prove. The worst part of the story is that Miriam was the only one to whom the boss entrusted the keys to the shop, placing absolute trust in her. But now that trust seems to be turning against her.
What's still bothering you, darling?
The fine to be paid for the release of your daughter is exorbitant. I have no idea where I'd get that kind of money. It breaks my heart to see her locked up there, especially in such difficult conditions. Leaving her to rot in prison hurts me enormously.
And are you thinking of doing magic or how? The impossible is impossible. She will stay in prison until a source of money comes along, even if it takes 5 years. Unfortunately, we have no other choice.
Up to 5 years?
What do you want me to say?
Lord, my heart is in distress. What will become of my father when he hears this terrible news? Why this further ordeal? My soul is broken within me. That is why I remember you. I endured injustice at my aunt's house, but now I'm suffering a condemnation I don't deserve. Dear Lord, you are a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of distress. It was you who broke Paul's chains and Silas in prison. Help me. For your word says, call on me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver you and you will glorify me. I'm tired, broken. But I choose to trust in you. For you know the plans you have for us. Plans of peace and not misfortune, to give us a future and hope. Lord, speak up and let my story change too. Amen.
How are you feeling today, my dear?
Not the shape. But I'm keeping the faith.
I'm really sorry for what you're going through. But I'm sure you'll be out soon.
All I have to do is have faith. But if I have to be realistic, I don't see how I can do it. I won't be able to pay all the money they're asking me to get out of here. My uncle won't be able to do much to help me.
You're a Christian. Keep the faith. God can do in a second what normally takes years. Believe in Him.
I believe in Him, huh? Besides, I don't have anyone else.
Have you eaten today? If not, I've brought you some food and fruit juice. But they took it from me at the entrance.
Let's hope He gives me some in there too. If I'm not lucky, I won't get anything.
It's not true.
Here I am, Chief.
Take a seat.
I prefer to stand. I can't afford to pay for a seat.
Sit down. You won't have to pay anything.
Okay.
I am pleased to announce that you are as free as the wind as of today, mademoiselle.
What? But how is that possible? Nobody paid my fine.
Yes, you can. Someone has taken care of everything for you.
Is it? Are you sure this isn't a mistake?
No, it's true. You're free to go. As soon as you're ready, a car will be at your disposal to take you to your house.
Thank you, God. Many thanks, Chef.
Instead, give thanks to Him who has been gracious to you.
May I know the person?
The person preferred to remain anonymous. I really don't know who it is myself.
Miriam was miraculously freed from prison by a mysterious benefactor. No one had expected it, and this sudden deliverance left everyone speechless.
What is it? Miriam has been released? Miriam is here, Mom.
What Miriam? It's probably a ghost.
Hello, Auntie?
But how is this possible?
I think you have to ask God.
I'm so glad you have been released.
I can't even express my joy to you. It cannot be measured. God will never cease to amaze us.
God is wonderful.
I assure you everything, Roger. But tell me, why did you insist on spending your meager savings to invite me to this restaurant?
For you, I can't do anything. Even if it means putting my life in danger.
I'm very flattered. Thank you very much.
Miriam, you know, you're the most beautiful soul I've ever met.
Stop it. Roger. You're making me blush.
No. I'm serious, Miriam. I'm in love with you. And I'd like to marry you.
What?
It doesn't matter if it's not reciprocal.
I love you too, Roger.
Hello, Mom Sarah.
Yes, hello. What's up? Since when do you allow yourself into my room? You poor driver. Don't you usually stay at the gate?
I've come to talk to you, madam. And I can't do it outside.
Talk to me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm listening.
Can I at least sit down?
Sit down? In whose armchairs? Do you think those are rags you have at home?
Sorry about that. Don't be angry.
Speak up, I'm listening.
I'd like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. I want to marry her.
You? Can you ask for my daughter Josiane's hand in marriage? Poor driver. Nonsense.
It's not about your daughter, madam. I'm talking about Miriam.
Happy arrival, Roger, my love.
Thank you, Miriam.
Eh? They're even playing a love game in front of me, aren't they? In all this city, it's this poor, unfortunate driver that you found? You've got to be kidding me. How could that girl be so stupid? You're the spitting image of your mother. Naive, without the slightest ambition or sense of taste.
Don't worry, Auntie. No matter what you think, it's Roger I love, and he's the man I'm going to build my life with.
Eh? Look at this one. I've got my fingers crossed. We'll see.
I'm going to ask to leave. That's what I came for.
Goodbye.
Wait for me, my love. I'm coming with you.
Look at these ones. She'll come back to see me here. Does she really think I'm going to let her marry that hapless chauffeur? She's completely mistaken. I didn't bring her up to marry without me making the slightest profit on her dowry. Oh, darling. Did you know that Josiane was right? Miriam is really dating your driver Roger, and they're even planning to get married.
You have just been informed?
So you've known all along?
Yes. And I'm in favor.
What? She won't. She won't marry that poor chauffeur. I refuse. Happy arrival, Mr. Jonas.
Thank you, Mum Sarah.
I'll be there in a minute. I'm going to call your future wife.
I agree.
Ah, are you there? I was calling you.
I was in communication with my darling Roger.
What a Roger? Do you have to tell me? What do I care about this information?
Ah, sorry. What do you want to tell me?
Your darling is here.
Really? Is Roger there?
Who tells you about Roger? I'm talking about Brother Jonas of our church. The one who has called you my wife since you were a little girl.
And is this my darling?
He wants to marry you. You know he does.
Sorry, I'm not interested. My heart is no longer up for grabs. Why he won't marry your daughter?
Have you forgotten that your cousin already has a suitor?
Well, I do too. I'm no longer ready for another man.
What's up? So you are not going to come out and at least say hello?
I can come and say hello to him. He's a brother of the church. There's no problem. Happy arrival, Brother Jonas.
Happy arrival, my darling Miriam.
Sorry, don't ever call me that again. Brother Jonas.
Why are you reacting like this? Didn't your aunt tell you that I'm the one who wants to marry you?
I don't know what you're talking about. I already have a man in my life. I don't want another. Besides, you're not to my taste.
What are you talking about? With everything I'm sending you, that's all you have to say to me.
Sending what? To whom? I want you to know that I received nothing from you. I'm not a commodity to be exchanged for gifts. Have a nice day.
Why are you forcing a man on your knees? Stop what you're doing. It makes no sense.
She won't have a choice. Either she agrees to marry Brother Jonas or she leaves my house.
What?
I mean it. She's going to join her poor, moldy, so-called darling.
She's not going anywhere.
We'll see.
Sarah tried everything in her power to unite Miriam with her brother Jonas, a man from whom she had already been receiving money for a long time. In her eyes, he represented the ideal husband because of his social status. But Miriam disagreed. Her heart already belonged to Roger, her true love. Determined, she firmly rejected her aunt's insistent proposals. Sarah has finally managed to chase off her own niece, ruthlessly throwing her out onto the streets. Now homeless and without a refuge, Miriam is left to her own devices, wandering around with nowhere to turn.
My goodness. My own aunt threw me out of the house because I refused to marry a man of her choice. Don't I have the right to marry a man I love? Roger? But how did he know I was here?
What are you doing sitting here alone, Miriam?
My aunt threw me out this evening.
What? She really did that?
Yes, Roger.
But it's cruel. How can she react like that? Please get up. I'll take you to my place.
All right, Roger. Thank you very much, Roger.
So Roger welcomed Miriam into his home. Despite the difficulties of life, they were doing quite well. Roger continued to work as a taxi driver, but he had broken his contract with Miriam's aunt. Miriam started her own small business. They weren't rich, but they were happy and fulfilled. However, their relationship remained respectful, without intimacy, as they were not yet officially married.
Happy arrival, my love, Roger.
Thank you, darling.
How was your day?
Very good. I managed to make a bit more money today.
Thank you, Lord.
And what about you? How was your day?
Not bad either. I had to sell all my goods. Truly, God bless me, my darling.
Let us give thanks. It really makes me feel good to see you happy.
I'd like to sincerely thank you for everything you've done in my life. You have been and continue to be my support.
You're welcome. I've got something to say to you too.
Go ahead, darling. I'm listening.
I'd like to take you to my parents.
All right, my love. It will be a great pleasure for me to make their acquaintance.
As planned, Roger had taken Miriam to her home province to meet her parents. But what Miriam discovers there is shocking.
But where are we, Roger?
Calm down, Miriam. Let's just get on with it.
Really? Why are these people so happy to see us?
Calm down and trust me. These people are here for our own good.
Welcome, my prince.
At your command, my prince.
They call him my prince? So Roger wasn't his name?
Welcome home, my son. Finally you're home.
Yes, Daddy.
What's up? What did your search turn up? Were you able to find a wife?
Yes, Daddy.
Is it? Where is she?
She's here at the palace with me.
Wow. I hope you like her and that she meets your criteria.
Yes, Daddy. She even exceeded my expectations.
I'm so proud of you. Now I can rest in peace. Because I know that my succession is assured.
As you can see, Roger was none other than a prince disguised as a simple chauffeur, on a quest to find his queen. And this queen is Miriam. This sudden upheaval deeply disturbed Miriam, who was totally unprepared for such a revelation.
Wow, look how beautiful you look in your new dress.
Thank you, Prince Roger. But why didn't you tell me the truth, Prince Roger? We were supposed to tell each other the truth and nothing but the truth.
I'm very sorry, my queen. For my plan to succeed, I had to remain discreet. Otherwise, any woman would have tried to approach me, and I might have missed the chance to meet you.
I understand. You're right. But you've really managed to keep a low profile. I won't be able to do as much.
Thank you for your time. Does that mean you forgive me?
Yes.
Now let's go and surprise your father.
He'll be very happy to know what I've become thanks to God.
No, that's not true. How, Roger? The poor chauffeur was a prince. It's not possible at all. So Miriam has become queen now?
Yes, Mom. It's true, and the news is already all over town.
This is great news. You can't imagine how happy I am.
Yes, this is really good news.
Why didn't I get this opportunity, Mom?
It hurts me so much, my daughter. How is it possible that it's Miriam who has this chance?
But the opportunity had been there all along, and we just didn't take it.
You're the one who should marry Roger. He was your driver.
Who was going to imagine that Roger was the joker? Even if he hit on me in his day, I'd never go for it.
Calm down, my daughter. There's always hope for us.
In what ways, Mom?
You just calm down. Baba. I want Prince Roger back for my daughter. May his eyes cloud over at last. May he hate Miriam my niece enough to drive her from his palace.
Everything you've just mentioned is just child's play to me. Just follow the instructions I'm about to give you. I'm going to give you a talisman for your daughter to wear around her waist when she visits her cousin. As soon as the prince lays eyes on her, he will fall under her spell, and little by little, his love for Miriam will fade from his heart.
All right, quack.
But there are prohibitions. Water must never touch the talisman in question. If not, you will face serious consequences.
Don't even worry about it.
My dear friends, what can I say? Sarah and her daughter Josiane thought they had orchestrated everything to perfection. They had honed their plan to perfection, convinced that nothing could stop them. Josiane was due to visit her cousin Miriam, on the innocent pretext of checking up on her and finding out where she lived. But in reality, she had been preparing in secret, armed with a talisman firmly attached to her waist. She was convinced that her hour of glory had come, that the throne was hers for the taking. But what she didn't know was that you don't defy God with impunity. When the day came, Josiane set off, confidently making her way towards the kingdom. When she arrived a few kilometers from the palace, she had to take a motorbike taxi to complete her journey. Everything seemed normal, especially as the dry season was in full swing. Not a trace of rain on the horizon, not a single threatening cloud in the sky. But my friends, just as Josiane got on the motorbike, the sky suddenly darkened. A torrential downpour fell in one fell swoop, as if summoned by an invisible hand. The thunder rumbled with unheard of violence, shaking the ground beneath her feet. And then the unthinkable happened. Seized by a sudden terror, Josiane completely lost her mind. As if an invisible fire were consuming her mind, she started screaming, tearing off her clothes in the middle of the street, as passers-by looked on in amazement. Meanwhile, his mother, Sarah, received an equally devastating punishment. A celestial shock fell on her, hitting her full force. In an instant, she collapsed, her body paralyzed, unable to move. When Roger and Miriam heard what had happened, they decided to pay her a visit. Because despite everything, compassion remained stronger than resentment.
Miriam. Miriam, my child. Come closer.
I'm here, Auntie.
I don't have much time left. I can feel it. Before I go, you have to know everything. I hurt you. I hurt you so much. I did everything I could to destroy you. I drove you out of my house. I tried to force you to marry a man you didn't love. I was jealous, bitter, cruel. I even consulted a charlatan to bewitch Roger so that he would fall under my daughter's spell and send you away.
My God.
This is not true.
I'm even the one who organized the break-in at your boss's shop. Today I see how blinded I was, Miriam. Please forgive me. I beg you.
May God forgive you, Aunt. And may He have mercy on your soul.
Sarah, answer me. Sarah, answer me.
And so ends this animation. Miriam's story proves that a person's destiny is not limited to her difficult beginnings. Rejected, despised and betrayed, she could have sunk, but her faith raised her to the rank of queen. Sarah, blinded by jealousy, tried to manipulate her future, but in the end she reaped what she had sown, for he who digs a pit falls into it. Yet Miriam chose forgiveness rather than resentment. Applying the words that say, "Forgive one another as Christ has forgiven you." This story reminds us that God changes destinies and that no situation is final when we put our trust in Him. May God, in His infinite goodness, also transform your destiny, you who are watching me at this moment. Amen. If this story has touched you, don't forget to like, comment and share to encourage others to keep the faith. See you next time. Bye.